All right. Okay. We're going to look at this topic, time value of money. It is topic number 4, as far as the personal syllabus is concerned. And you're saying that when we talk about time value of money, just a recap, when we talk about time value of money, we are trying to look at the value of 1 shilling for a given period of time. The value of 1 shilling for a given period of time. We usually say that if I have 1 shilling today, its value will be different tomorrow. Its value will be different tomorrow. And I say that today and tomorrow is symbolic. Today and tomorrow is symbolic. And therefore, we can mean, if we say tomorrow, it can mean 10 years, 20 years to come. So there is that effect of money with time. And the thing is, money reduces value. Or loses value. Can use loses value. Loses value with time. And that's why we say that if somebody owes you money today, it's better for that person to settle that to settle that today. If somebody owes you money, it's better for them to settle the money today. Now, we had a question. I want us to first of all look at some of the assignment solutions. So we had project, was it project A? Is it project B? It had some year 1, 2, 3, 4, where I cannot remember the cash flow for the project. So somebody to tell me what was the cash flow for year one cash flow for this project. Year one cash flow, somebody. Year one cash flow ilikuwa ngapi? Somebody, I think you wrote this from the assignment that I gave. It's better we start there. 5, 6, 8, and 10. Thank you. So these are cash flow. And you are required to determine the total present value. You are required to determine the total present value. What was the rate of return? Was it 10% or 13%? 10%. Using 10% as the required rate of return. So we say that once the examiner asks you such a question, you need to first of all identify the type of cash flow that you have. For example, in our case, what are the type of cash flow that you can see? What is the type of cash flow here? Regular or irregular? You first of all determine the type of cash flow. Are we dealing with the regular or irregular cash flow? Are we dealing with the regular or irregular? Regular or irregular? We are talking about this cash flow here. Are they irregular or irregular? Aha. Irregular, exactly. These are irregular cash flow. And for irregular cash flow, we say that if you want to discount to get the present value, that simply means you are discounting. You are trying to convert this future cash flow into present. Therefore, for the irregular cash flow, we discount using PVIF. This is a factor that helps us to discount present value interest factor of interest factor, present value interest factor, present value interest factor, present value interest factor. That is a factor that will assist us to convert this cash flow from future to present. And the formula is one. Somebody to remind me the formula. No, cannot write that formula down there. And you are here. What is the formula of PVIF? How do you get PVIF? Somebody, very fast. We're using a laptop. Shift 6 is raised to power. Shift 6 means raised to power. Raised to power. What is the formula of PVIF? What is the formula of PVIF? This factor. We told 1 plus R raised to power negative n. Exactly. 1 plus R raised to power negative n, raised to power negative n. Class, this, I told you that this is golden, and it is good to note. It is good to note that this is the formula for getting the PV. So in this case, if I want to discount this, my PV is here, and I'm using 10%. So the first thing I need to get is a PV of the first year. So I'll be having PV for the first year. This one I'll be very categorical. 1 plus 0.1, that is my R. Remember, R is the required rate of return. And then this one I put in bracket raised to power negative year 1 for year 1. I want somebody to first of all give me this. Aha, you can use a calculator to calculate that or to compute that, or else you can use a table. Now today I want to introduce a table to you. How many people managed to download the past paper? How many people managed to download the past paper? How many people managed to download the past paper? How many people managed to download the past paper? 1 for yes, and 1 for yes, 1 for yes, 1 for yes. I can see Gadoni managed. Jane still managed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, I want you people to do this. You go direct to one past paper, and then you look at the end, the end page. The end page. You see 2 tables. You see 2 tables. Just go direct to where we have the second table. I hope you're doing that. You open one paper. You go direct. Of course, it should be financial management paper, CPA. Yeah? You open one. It be for 2018. You go to financial management. You look at the end page. Are we there? Are we there? Niambieni kama tuko pale. Are you able to go up to where we have the last page? Can you see the 2? Can you see the 2? Can you see the 2 tables? Can you see the 2 tables? I'm giving you time so that at least we are able. It is not always that you'll be using the calculator. It is not always that you'll be using the calculator. It is not always you'll be using a table. So I want you to be all round. I want you to be all round. So are we there? Are you able to see the table? Are you able to see the table? Remember the link to the past paper I shared yesterday? Or if you like, you can check the WhatsApp description. Thank you so much. Gadoni is still there. Now, I would like you to go direct to where we have table number 1. Table number 1. Can you see where we have PVIF? Jane still there. So for those people who have not downloaded the past paper, please, hizo past paper ni muhimu sana. Remember, that is the mirror of what we expect. All those past paper, this is the mirror of what we expect coming April. Therefore, you need to have them. So with that, I want Simon to use a calculator. I want Simon to use a calculator and give me this. And then I want Gadoni and Jane and any other person who have opened the past paper at the end page to use table number 1. That is a PVIF table. And tell me this will be how much? 1.1 raised to power negative 1. 1.1. So that one, for the table, you just look. You see, we are having row and column. We are having percentages here in the row, and then we are having years here. Years downward. 1, 2, 3. So our percentage is 10%. So you go where we have 10%. You go for the person using the table tafadhali, you go where we have 10%, and then where we have year 1, where they intersect, you read that value. So you say it is 0.9091. That is 0.9091. I'm waiting for a person. Everyone is using a calculator. Everyone else is using a calculator and giving me this 1.1 raised to power negative 1 to 4 decimal places using a calculator. You can see, they're giving me 0.9091. Please note, it is always good to know how to use the table. It is always good to know how to use a calculator. There are some values. For example, let me send Jane, and I think those are the people who have managed to download those past paper. You can share with us. You can share with the people in the group. Jane and Gathoni, please, someone to share that paper. I want you to look at 13% 2 years, 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 13% 2 years. We're waiting as someone else is sharing this. Two people to at least be all around. So here it's 0.9091, 13% 2 years. That using the table for those people who are having the table, and I hope someone is sharing with us. And please make sure that during the weekend you download all those perspectives from 2015 to 2023 December. 13% 2 years. What is the PVIF of 13% 2 years? Somebody using the table. I want somebody using the table. What are we getting? 0.7831, 13%. I hope Gathoni, you have used the table. 13% 2 years. What about Jen? And somebody is sharing that paper so that everyone should be having the paper and they can see what we are looking at here. Let me see whether mine will be shareable and say the copy. 13%, 2 years. Jen, we're waiting for you. Just check. You must, at the top there, you must be having 13. And then 2 years. Read the value there. Is there? Inapatikana ama haipatikani? Inapatikana ama haipatikani? Please answer me. Answer me. Jane, review your page as well. I've shared that paper. So you can open. Everyone can open. Haipatikani. Haipatikani. Thank you so much. Haipatikani. So that's why I'm telling you, you can find some values are not found in the table, but using a calculator. Now, use a calculator and give me that and tell me whether Jane was correct. Tell me whether Jane was correct. I know Jane used the calculator. I know Jane used the calculator if that is the correct one. So can you use the calculator and give me 1.13 raised to power negative 2? What are you going to get? Haya, ndio maana nawaambia ni vizuri kujua kutumia zote. Wakati mwingine values zingine hazipatikani. So how much is this? 1.13 raised to power negative 2. Negative 2. She was correct. So it is 78, 0.78, 31, 0.78, 31. So if you ask Jane, she was able to use a calculator. She was able to use a calculator. She was able to use a calculator. Now I want a confirmation from you whether you are able to use both table and a calculator to compute the PV. And the same way PV is computed. The same way PV is computed. Are we together as far as both table and calculator is concerned? Are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable, Lily? Gadoni says yes. Where are the rest? Where are the rest? Where are the rest? A very nice question from Simon there. A very nice question from Simon there. A very nice question from Simon there. You see, in most cases, examiner expect you to use the table. In most cases, examiner expect you to use the table, and that's why the table is provided in every FM and AFM past paper. Any paper, you'll find the table being provided. So examiner expect you to use the table. But sasa unaweza kuta kama hii yenye haiko kwa table. What do you do? Use common sense and use a calculator. Sawa. Are you together, Simon? Give me that of year 2 now. Give me that of year 2. You can use a table. You can use I know 10% is found there. Therefore, you can use a table. You can use a calculator. So year 2 will be 0. Year 2, I'm waiting for year 2 now. Waiting for year 2. Year 2 tuko na ngapi? Year 2 tuko na ngapi? Try to give me those figures very fast. Remember, still speed is examinable. 8264. And for those people who are using the table, of course, it will give you 0.8264. But at the end here, utakuta kwamba kuna 0. Unafaa weke 0 point. At least 0 point. Haya, hiyo ingine itakuwa ngapi? Hiyo ingine itakuwa ngapi? 7513. Yeah, now we are doing well. Let's do it very fast. Next one. The last one. 6830. 6830. To get the discounted cash flow, you just take the cash flow times the PV. Cash flow times PV. The first one itatupatia nini? The first one itatupatia nini? Chanione. The first one What are we going to get? That is 5,000 times 45.5. 45.5. Second one, let's do it very fast. Second one, somebody else should be giving me this. Of course, this one, don't tell me this is 68.30. 1 to 4, yes. Hiyo ingine ya pili. The second one. Let's compete. Let's try to compete. 49.58.4. 49.58.4. 49.58.4. The last one, the third one. The third one tutapata ngapi? Remember, through the chart is where that is your battlefield. Through the chart. So don't just look at us. Tafadhali do something. Hiyo ndio battlefield yako. And practice is the key. 60-10. 60-10.4.0. So we add all this to get the total present value. We add all that to get the total present value. So what will be the total present value? What will be the total present value? What will be the total present value there? Ngapi? Ongeza hizi zote vizuri. Ongeza hizo zote vizuri. I will wish to get a variety of or wish to get it from different individuals so that at least we are able to record it once. There's no need of keep labbing now and then. So let me get it from various students. What is the total? Tulisema hiyo calculator by the end of the semester unafaa kuwa umeielewa kabisa, unafaa kuwa unafanya hata hesabu ukiwa umefunga macho. So through practice that is achievable. 22,344.3. 22,344.3. 22,344.3. Thank you, and thank you so much. For those people who did that question, how many got the question? Is there any person who got this as the final answer? Is there any person who got that as the final answer? Yes or no? We have Simon. If you got this as the answer, let me know. If you got this as the Patricia also got that. That shows that you understood the concept. You understood the concept. Is there any person who attempted and did not get this? Is there any person who attempted and did not get that answer? Please be genuine to me so that I'm able to assist you. Is there any person who attempted and did not get that answer? Any person? Ulijaribu lakini sasa haikuingiana kabisa. Is there any person who attempted but got incorrect answer here? Anyone? Anyone? Where are the rest? Where are the other falling? Okay, I know you'll admit as we proceed. Okay, now assume examiner tells you that add an information here and tells you that the initial outlay, we are expanding it now. The initial outlay of project B is 30,000. Determine the net present value. Determine the net present value. Determine the net present value. We have started evaluating the project. Determine the net present value. NPV, famous known as NPV. What do you think would be the net present value? What do you think would be the net present value? Class, to determine NPV, we say that it's gotten by getting the total present value minus initial outlay. Initial outlay. Now I want somebody to give me their net present value of project B. Remember, now we started expounding pole. What is our net present value? What is our net present value? Somebody. What will be our net present value? 22,344. Kadhoni, naona kama umegonga mwamba. Review your answer. Use the calculator very well. Get net present value is the total present value minus initial outlay. Minus initial outlay. Or in short, we can say net present value is equal to total present value minus initial outlay. I am waiting for the answer. I'm waiting for the answer. 6, 7, 6. Hii figure ni funny. 7,655.7. That is what I'm getting from Simon. Simon, I think you're going to add an N to your name. A very nice name. You add an N. So let's tell you it's Simon. You know, somebody who have done CPA is a big person. You big person. So I want somebody to confirm. I am also getting negative 7655.7. Now I have contradiction here. So I want the third person to confirm. Is it a negative? Is it a positive? Is it a negative? Is it negative? Thank you, and thank you so much. It will be, our total present value is 22,344. 22,344